You've heard this word multiple times, A2B amplifier, plug-and-play A2B. So what is exactly A2B? To understand A2B, let us go back a few years, maybe a couple of decades, when, audio signals and other information was transmitted around the car with the RCA cables, what we call is the low-level input. So there were RCAs in the car and there was, RCAs coming out from the head unit, going to the speaker wires and things like that. And then we obviously progressed on, we moved on to high-level inputs, which was the next technology wherein high-level inputs were taken from the head unit and individual wires were run through the speakers. And third, of course, the evolution was the MOST system, which is based on fiber optic, which was around in the early 2010s. So from 2010 to 2020, there was a trend in high-end cars to have the MOST system, which was based on the fiber optic. And now we have come a full circle and we have A2B. So essentially why A2B has come into play is because of the upward of EV cars, wherein there is a high degree of interference when it comes to older technologies like RCAs. And of course, the weight is a critical factor, because when we are talking about high-level inputs, we have to run heavy copper wiring from each speaker to the amplifier, and it's not really scalable when we're talking about, like, for instance, in this car we have 12 speakers plus the subwoofer. So it's not really scalable to run so much wiring inside the car, because it adds to the weight of the car. And that's the reason most EVs, including BYD here that we have, the Seal, Lion, and also EVs from the German big three are moving to A2B, including Range Rover and things like that. So the idea is the A2B bus. If you can come in here, I can quickly show you. So this is the A2B amplifier, which you can see, that silver box, and you can see this one cable is the A2B bus. So A2B stands for basically Automotive Audio Bus, which means that it carries a multitude of signals, not just the audio signal. So essentially, because cars like the BYD Seal are equipped with a lot of features. So essentially, there is an AI assistant in the car, and there are mics inside the car. Also, there is automatic the noise cancellation, ambient noise cancellation. So all of that runs through the A2B bus into the amplifier, and the signal processing happens there. With our Goldhorn A2B Plug-and-Play AB218 amplifier, we are able to directly tap into the signal. If I can show you again once here. So if you can see, the amplifier is placed. It's a stealth install that we have done. So the amplifier is placed under the rear seat, where the rear seat will come, and it is plugged in with a plug-and-play harness from the factory amplifier. So this has a few advantages, because we are able to get a high fidelity, a native audio signal from the amplifier directly, which means the signal is accessible to us before it is modified by the Dynaudio system, which means we are able to tune directly on the raw signal, unlike other systems where we usually tune on top of the OEM tuning, whether it's a Harman Kardon or a Burmester or Bowers and Wilkins or a Bang & Olufsen and so on and so forth. So that is the advantage of A2B. It's a very wide topic, so if you're interested, I really suggest you do your research. But the idea is that as of now, Goldhorn is the only solution that is available, which is able to upgrade the Dynaudio system in the BYD Seal or the Seal Lion with a plug-and-play effect. So that's the idea. I think the installation is almost complete. We'll jump into the tuning next and let's see how it's going.